Have you ever poured yourself out so much into someone and not once did they ever check in on you? Have you ever felt like you were pouring so much into someone, you were being such a nice person, such a good person, and they didn't even notice that you were doing anything? I know how that feels. Don't worry yourself. We're in this together. Back when I was younger, I had this thing where I'd meet people. First of all, before we even go too far, as a young girl, I struggled with people pleasing. And people pleasing led to me not having boundaries. It led to me not understanding the person that I am. I would just tolerate every single thing that you put in my face. That was the kind of person I thought I was. I thought I could tolerate everything, honestly, and it was so wrong of me. And for a long time, I went on being a people pleaser. I went on pleasing people. I went on reducing myself just so I could be accepted by a particular group of few people that I'll find myself around. So I met two amazing people, and I was in this friendship with these ladies, and I just always used to feel like I wasn't doing enough. I need to put myself more out there. Like, I just had this feeling of wanting to be seen. Like, you guys should see me. You people need to see me. And I was always I'm naturally a caring person, but I found myself being too caring. Even things that would discomfort me, I found myself doing it just so these people were happy, just so these people were okay with me, just so these people would appreciate me more. Sometimes even certain things that I wasn't chill with it. I knew for a fact that I was not chill with it. I knew for a fact that, girl, you know that this thing that you're doing, you don't like it. You know that this thing, you're not okay with it. But I wanted friends. I wanted them to like me. I wanted them to be okay with me. I wanted them to be comfortable with me. And so I'll do those things and they'll be happy about it. And I felt, okay, if they're happy, everybody's happy. I mean, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Sometimes I'll be thinking, oh, when I do this kind of things, these girls are not going to ignore me. They're going to see my value. They're going to see my worth. They're not going to want to, give me, like, in my mind, I just had this thought process of we were going to be friends forever. They were going to come for my wedding. I was going to go for their own weddings. Like, I was really seeing a full-blown big picture. So it kept on going on like that. And there were times when I will have to go all out. Like, when I say all out, I mean all out. Cut all the long story and blabbing short. I was with people that did not see my value. I was with people that did not necessarily see the worth that I was given. I was with people who saw me being me as being too much. I was around people who, when I decided to not people please, then I was a bad person. When I decided to not overstep, because there was this conflict that used to go on with me sometimes, because sometimes I'm like, yo, you're literally doing too much now. Come on. I mean, you can just overlook this. They should be able to do this by themselves. But when I now decided to, you know what, let me step back. Let me see if they will do this themselves. They'll be like, oh, so you did this for your own self and you didn't think about us. How, you're not a good person. Hold on. When the roles were reversed and they had to look out for themselves without looking out for me, when I came into the picture and I'm like, yo, you guys did this and you didn't even think of it. It's like, oh, we thought you've already done it. And I was like, okay. Yeah, say less. It went on like that for a while until one day I had to sit with myself, think and ask myself questions. And then it dawned on me that I was in a one-sided friendship. It hit me like a ton of bricks because I was in so much of denial. God, I didn't want to believe that it was possible. I just couldn't imagine that all I've been doing all along was one-sided. When I finally came to peace that I was in a one-sided friendship, I just had to let myself know that I needed to let this go. And letting it go was not so easy for me because these were people that all of my daily routine was framed around. All of my daily activity was framed around. Everything that I was doing, I always found a way to incorporate them into my routine, to just bring them in. Even when there was literally no need for them, I would just find a way to bring them in, because I mean, I was the one imagining a whole new world, a dazzling place. Ugh. So this stuff was really heavy on me, finding out that I was alone. And how did I find out? I gave space. Yeah, I gave space. And I thought that when I gave space, they will notice my absence. I mean, they will miss me and they'll be like, yo, what's wrong? What's going on? We miss you. We want you back and stuff like that. But yeah, no one noticed. And even when they did, it was so passive. Like, yeah, what's up? We did not hear from you yesterday. And that was just it. And so I had to just accept the fact that it's been in your head all along. You were the one that was doing too much. These people did not even care as much as you thought that they did. And I was so confused, because I was like, what's going on? Like, I felt a ton of emotions. I felt confusion, number one. Number two, the next emotion I started to feel was sadness. I felt so sad. From being sad to being angry, from being angry to the feeling of hurt to anger. Like, there were a lot of emotions that were going on, because I still could not believe. First off, I was really happy that I withdrew, because if I had never withdrawn, I wouldn't have even known that anything was going on in the first place. So I was really happy that I drew back, even though it was such a shock for me. At that point, it was so heavy. I never ever saw it coming in any single way, but I was really, really grateful that God made that situation happen. And that's why sometimes I do say, it's not every loss that's actually a loss. A loss sometimes some things come in form of a loss to help you see, to open your eyes more, to give you a bigger picture that you were not even seeing. So that period that was filled with a lot of loneliness for me, because I could not just believe what was going on. It made me to understand something. I understood the fact that I had a lot of healing to do within myself, because if I had fully gone through a lot of healing that I was supposed to go through, when I met these people, there were certain things that I did not resonate with. That was why I said in a couple of videos back, I said, if you know what you want with your life, if you know the kind of person that you're going to become, if you know what you are supposed to be doing with yourself on a grand scale, you're going to know the kind of people that you move with. You're going to know the kind of people that you associate with. You're going to know the kind of people that you keep in your circle. Now, the thing was, I thought at that point that these people were supposed to be in my circle. I thought at that point that these people, they were what I needed in my life. But as soon as I started to understand myself for my own self, I started to see that I had my own values. I started to see that I had my own non-negotiables. And sometimes some of the things that I had as my own values and things that I will not ignore for anything were being ignored by these people. You see this thing that is always being preached about, filling your own cup. I wasn't filling my cup. Heck, if I even had a cup. I wasn't. I was so eager to fill other people's cups. I was so eager. I would get books, give them. I'll be like, you need to read, you need to be better, you need to listen to messages, you need to do this, you need to... Like, I wanted people around me to be so okay, but then I wasn't thinking about being okay for myself. I was not thinking about how to be better for my own self. And when all of these, like, these were all processes and stages that really hit me, and it took me a while to process it. It took me a while to figure out that I had problems with boundaries. It took me a while to realize that I was a people pleaser. It took me a while to realize so many things. And funny enough, I'm still going through a lot of things. I'm still learning new things about myself day by day. But I am always grateful that whole scenario of laying back happened. Because if that never happened, I would have still been in a fake-ass friendship. And don't get me wrong, these people were really, really good people, but they were just not good for me. They were really, really amazing people, but they were not amazing enough to help me get to where I am today. Like, I just know for a fact that if I was still rolling with these people, the people who have gotten value from my content today, they wouldn't have gotten the amount of value that they get. So I am grateful that that happened, even though it was painful, even though it came with a lot of hard truths that I wasn't ready to hear, but I am grateful that it happened. I just want to leave one thing with you. Healing from a one-sided friendship or from a one-sided relationship or whatever it is that you're healing from, it's not really about you just moving on, like, oh yeah, I'm done, I've moved on. No, there's more to it. It's about you learning and knowing what you truly deserve in the next person that comes in your life. It's literally like you shifting from rejection to redirection. That is literally what is going on. Because if I did not go through all of that, the few people that I now have in my life right now, I wouldn't know how to appreciate them. I will not know how to value them. I won't know how to treat these people the right way, because I had to learn. One way or the other, I just had to learn. So when I'm explaining things about healing, trust me when I tell you, I understand. So have you ever felt unseen in a friendship, or you felt like you were not doing enough, or you were not really appreciated? Let me know in the comment section. We need to continue the conversation down below. Do well to like this video, share it with someone that you know needs to hear this, or someone you know that needs to see this. Subscribe, because when you do all of these things, it actually pushes out this video to people who need this. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, we'll meet again. Bye.